everyone. So I'm Shruti Ahuja, MBBS student at GMCH Chandigarh. So today we will continue with the series of biological classification Kingdom Protista. So in Kingdom Protista, first of all we are having the two kingdom classification. Yes, we are going to the history that in the two kingdom classification it was divided into plants and the animals. So here no Kingdom Protista was there. Now, in the third kingdom classification, we had the Kingdom Protista, but it didn't have any well-defined boundaries. So, Kingdom Protista was inserted here. But now in the five kingdom classification, all the unicellular eukaryotes, all the unicellular one cell and the eukaryotes were placed in the Kingdom Protista. So, it had the well-defined boundaries. But it had all the types of nutritions: producer, consumer and decomposers. So now let's move on to the classifications of the producers. So it is C, D, E. Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and the euglenoids. So now we are having the chrysophytes and the dinoflagellates and the euglenoids in the category of the producers. So we can classify it in a table like we are having the habitat. The chrysophytes are in freshwater plus marine. So yes, then in dinoflagellates they have only marine, right? First both, then marine and then freshwater stagnant. Okay. Now the cell wall. They both have the cell wall but these don't have. So you can remember it by the mnemonic like plus plus minus and minus minus plus. Sorry, minus plus and plus. So first of all the minus is coming here in the last and in the next row it is coming at the first and the plus is always 2 times. So C, D, E. You have to remember in the order C, D and E. So cell wall and then flagella. Cell wall plus plus minus and flagella minus plus plus. It's a kind of formula but it will help you in the long run. Now pigments. Pigments, first of all write A. Chlorophyll A, right? Then C, V. So what do you have to remember? First of all remember habitat, then cell wall, then flagella and pigments. So now the types of the chrysophytes. In the chrysophytes we get the golden algae and the golden brown algae. So now how to remember their examples or the other proper names. So di means the word di, I mean this word means two, and in which just remove this word algae and see in which algae you are getting two words. So here it is 2. So diatoms. So diatoms are here and the desmids are here. Okay. You can also remember it with one more trick, that is golden brown algae. So extra word from golden is here brown. Yes, brown. B, before B what comes? A. So diatoms is, you can relate it, right? And desmid, there is no A. So you can relate it by this way also, but di method is more appropriate. So now we are having diatoms. Di means 2 and atoms, atoms. So 2 atoms. So by this only you can identify there are 2 structures. This is like a soap box, like you have in a soap box you are having just a cup and over that is its cover. So its cover and this is the below bowl or cup. So soap box like and 2 thin overlapping shells. If you are asked a question that why the diatoms are indestructible, right? So it is not due to the shells. It is due to the silica embedded. And the silica embedded makes it indestructible and this causes diatomaceous earth. When many of the diatoms just are no more, are dead and they settle at the bottom of the earth, so just these silica embedded shells remain there. So it creates layers because diatoms are present in millions. So it creates layers on the earth and that portion is called the diatomaceous earth. So now I am having the diatoms, uses and features. So first of all, they are microscopic as they are unicellular. Yes. So chief producer of the ocean. As you can remember, it comes in the chrysophytes first of all. So the chrysophytes, you can remember the chlorophyll pigments were A and the C. So these are the chief producers in the ocean. And you can also remember, I said in the flagella, first of all there was cell wall and next there was flagella. So in the cell wall there was a plus in chrysophytes and in flagella it was a minus. So flagella is absent, so they float passively, no active movements. So they are also called planktons. Diatomaceous earth, what is the use? Syrup making, stone polishing and oil filtration. Next we come on to the dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates, they have two unequal flagella, dinoflagellates. So they have thick cellulosic plates. Okay. Then the red tide is caused by these dinoflagellates like goniolix, right? And PSP, paralytic shellfish poisoning, is caused by one of the toxin released by these dinoflagellates. Now they can exist in colors like red, yellow, green and brown. So now euglenoids. If you remember that chart that I discussed just before, so they have cell wall or not? Yes, they don't have cell wall because they were C, D, E, and in cell wall you were having plus, plus, minus. Okay, and in flagella, yes, they do have flagella because they have a plus. Okay, and in pellicle, instead of cell wall, they are having a pellicle, that is a proteinaceous layer. Pigments, if you remember, they have A and B. So these pigments are related to the higher plants. So they are the connecting link. Okay, connecting link. They connect the protistans with the higher plants, or we can say between the plants and the protistans or animals. Now we are having the next section, slime molds. The slime molds, we are having mainly the three structures. For example, in the favorable conditions, we are having the plasmodium. Okay, plasmodium. And it does not have a true cell wall. So it is the feeding stage. In favorable conditions, the person will have a feeding stage because it will grow and proliferate. The plasmodium, it is a cellular aggregate mainly. Now the fruiting body is formed at the tip, and when the unfavorable conditions arise, these plasmodium only change into the fruiting body at the tip. And as I told you, unfavorable conditions. Now what do happen next? Meiosis take place and it forms spores. Spores have true wall. Okay. Now highly resistant because they are a method of perennation now, and they are dispersed through the wind currents. So that they can disperse to many areas and many different conditions which may be favorable to them. Let's move on to the last part. That is the protozoa. Proto means primitive relative and the zoa means animalia. So primitive relative of the animals. So they can be classified mainly on the basis of their locomotor structures. As you can see, amoeboid, flagellate, ciliate, you can name like locomotor structures. So locomotor structure is, in the amoeba it's pseudopodia, flagellates में flagella, then ciliate, cilia, sporozoans absent because spores are non-motile. So habit and habitat. So first of all, their habit. So all are parasites. Okay, all are parasites. But these three are free, can exist as free living also, and these three, fresh water plus marine water. See, these three are having their locomotor structures. This 1, 2 and 3 are having the locomotor structures. So they can exist in water also, fresh water, marine water. But sporozoans don't have locomotor structures, so they need a host. So all are endoparasites. They live inside the host. So examples, amoeba, entamoeba. It's very easy. In both words, amoeba comes, amoeboid, and trypanosoma, sleeping sickness. Ciliate are paramecium. If you have ever drawn the diagram of paramecium, you would always have drawn the cilia. So ciliate, paramecium, and sporozoans. Plasmodium. We all know the plasmodium is a causative factor of malaria. So plasmodium always live inside the RBC or the mosquito. So it is an endoparasite. So if you have learned everything about this Kingdom Protista well and in quick and short time, then do just like the channel if you like this video and do subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.